What is going on, everybody? I am back. No, I am not dead, and no, I didn't quit YouTube. I have just been away for the past month, and it's been kind of crazy, and for that reason, I have not made any YouTube videos. Starting at around the end of June, I had some things change, and so I was out of town for a little bit, personal reasons, work reasons. Then I just came back. I started a new job. So there's been a lot of different changes in June and July. Oftentimes I haven't had access to the internet, a computer, or a car for that fact. So for that reason, I have been away from YouTube. I have been not making videos. So I apologize for those of you who are wondering, if you were wondering, where have you been? Why are you not making videos? I know you usually make them on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, and it's been about a month since my last video, so I apologize for that. I will be back to the normal regimen starting now. I've just had kind of a crazy past couple of weeks, past month, and for that reasons, for personal reasons and work reasons, I haven't been able to create a video or edit videos or do anything with cars. So enough about the boring stuff. I know none of you are subscribed for my personal life. You're interested in cars. Quick update on my car, actually. So since I haven't been driving it for about a month, I have just noticed now, after 64,000 miles, that my brake indicator light has come on. So that's a light that just tells you that it's time to replace your brakes. And for those of you who haven't seen my previous videos, this would be my first brake change since I got this car, and I got it at mile 0. So it's taken 65,000 miles in order for the brakes to go bad. So that really is just testament of how well they've made these German cars, especially after the early 2000s, where German car reliability was questionable. But that really shows how much they've gone, how much they've come a long way since the days of the old days, where they would brake consistently and continual problems. What I'm trying to get at is reputation, reliability for German cars has gone up a lot, and this is just testament of that, because I've driven 64,000 miles and only now my brakes are going bad. So really, I didn't notice it until about 5,000 miles ago, where I noticed my brakes were a little bit weaker than they used to be. And that's something that I just noticed, and now the brake indicator light is on. But for those of you who are looking to buy a car with approximately 65,000 miles and the brakes haven't been changed yet, just know that that's something that probably will need to be changed during the course of your ownership, probably relatively soon. I will be taking it into the shop, and I will be going over that, making probably a separate video about that, how much it costs, what you can expect if you do buy a 65,000 mile Mercedes C-Class, a W204 Mercedes C-Class. So I will be taking it into the shop. The reason I won't be doing it myself is because it does require a specific sensor that needs to be replaced, that will tell you once the sensor breaks, that's when the brake indicator light comes on. And so for that reason, I won't be doing it myself, because I don't know how to do that sensor myself, but I also don't want to deal with the hassle of replacing that. I know German cars are not the easiest to fix. Plus, if my rotors need to be turned, I can't do that myself. So for multiple reasons, I'm going to be taking it to a shop, but I will make a separate video about that and my experience and how much it cost me and what you can expect. Okay, now enough about my car. The last piece of news I wanted to go over in today's video is what happened yesterday, Friday, July 28th. If for those of you that don't know, Tesla released officially its Model 3, and I know they released it back in like March 2016, but this is the production version ready model of the Model 3, and it's a really big event because the Model 3 is really iconic and very vital to the brand of what is Tesla, because this is their attempt of going mass market. They're hoping to sell a lot more of these than they are of the specialty Model S and Model X, and this is a way they can penetrate the market and fund themselves even more to make even cooler cars in the future. It's a really cool car brand, and this is one of the ways that they can expand, is using the Model 3. Well, the Model 3 came out yesterday, and some of the stuff that we expected are true, and then other things aren't. So I just want to give you a quick synopsis of the model. You can look up more info on the Tesla.com website, but just to give you an overview, the car is pretty much aimed for autonomous driving. So it does come equipped with a lot of autonomous features, but some of the software isn't in the car unless you purchase it. So it's an option. It's not like the Model S, where most of the autonomous options are already embedded into the car. In this one, it comes base at $35,000, but without much autonomous functionality. So if you do want that autonomous functionality, you will have to pay extra I think it costs a few grand, like $9,000 or something, to get to that autonomous driving settings. But that, regardless, $35,000 is the starting price. It has a few autonomous features, but not much. If you do want anything but black as the exterior color, you will have to pay $1,000. So that's something that's kind of different, seeing as how most cars allow you upgrade paint colors without charging you maybe $500 for a specific color, but that's it. So they're really doing kind of like a German type of style here by offering very expensive options on top of the base price, which for an electric car is understandable because this is a very new car to the market. It's kind of different than anything else that's been out there, so it's understandable because electric cars are expensive. It's understandable why they would charge more for little add-on features that the car doesn't come with, because it's already very expensive as it is to produce a production-ready starting $35,000 electric vehicle, especially of a luxury car, because Tesla is a luxury car maker. The second piece of news, so aside from autonomous driving, its interior is going to be pretty plain. So if you haven't seen the photos, it has a single 15-inch horizontal display screen rather than a vertical one like the Model S and the Model X. And that's it. There's no dashboard, there's nothing. Even its vents are not vents. It's pretty much a single stream of air that you can somehow adjust the stream of how it flowed towards your face. I don't know how it works. I don't get it. I haven't really seen any description on it, but that is something that's kind of unique to this car. It doesn't have air vents. So that's again to the minimalistic nature of the interior of this automobile, because it's pretty much made for autonomous driving. So when autonomous driving reaches vehicles, you won't have to do much upgrading to this car, because their thought of process is that you don't need to know the gauges or what speed you're going or anything like that in an autonomous car, because the car does that itself. So it does come standard with like 12 cameras or so in the car and a lot of autonomous features that just aren't enabled. Another cool feature of this car is its safety rating. It really is focused on safety, as a lot of other Tesla cars are. They show a video and you'll see a Volvo S60, I believe, and it's a 5-star crash test rating and it's being hit, and at the same time they have a split screen of the Tesla Model 3 being hit, and the Model 3 bodes a lot better than the Volvo S60, which is a 5-star rated car. So that is a really cool feature. I think that's a really cool selling point, because when you think of Tesla, you think of electric car company, you think of batteries, you think of fuel efficiency, you think of a lot of things, but you don't think of safety necessarily. And that is one of their probably main pillars, is safety, because every single one of their cars has more than pretty much 5-star crash test ratings. And if they are 5-star, they're a lot better than other 5-star cars. So that's something really cool. They are doing a $35,000 starting price, and the range for the base model is approximately 220 miles, and it can go 130 miles per hour and 0 to 60 in about 5.6 seconds. If you're willing to pay the extra amount of about $9,000, so a $44,000 starting price, you can get the model that can go about 330 miles on a single charge. It goes about 140 miles per hour and 0 to 60 in about 5.1 seconds, 5 seconds flat. So again, not as quick as the Tesla Model S or Max, but it is pretty quick for a starting car, especially for that price. There's a few other options and features that are pretty cool. So you know how the Tesla Model X has the panoramic kind of windshield that goes almost past the sunroof? It's like this cool cockpit style. Well, the Model 3 has the same thing, just in the back. So the back seats, actually the roof windshield or rear windshield, will go past people's heads and kind of extend into the roof, which is a really cool feature. I've never sat in a Model X, but or Model S for that fact, but I've never seen what it looks like, but in videos it looks amazingly cool. So I'm excited to see what that's going to look like once it's in a production model. Other than that, they are mentioning that they're going to increase the amount of superchargers. They're going to try to multiply it by 3 by the end of 2018. We'll see if that's an actual goal. But that is something they're planning on doing, because they're planning on having a lot of more Model 3s out there, which will need superchargers. Although it's not free for Model 3 owners, it is still free for Model S owners. And it's a cool feature to have, and the superchargers are vital to expanding the network of the car manufacturer. Overall, I think the Model 3 is very vital. It's got 500,000 pre-orders already. Each pre-order costs about $1,000. So the biggest task they're going to have, and Elon Musk mentioned this in his video, is the biggest task will be finding out how they're going to produce so many vehicles in the next 12 to 18 months. So those of you that made the pre-order last year Production is going to be starting relatively soon, October, September time, and it's going to extend probably about 5,000 vehicles a day is their benchmark by the end of the year, and then the end of next year about 10,000 vehicles per day. And so they're trying to fill that 500,000 order queue as fast as they can, but we'll see. That's going to be the biggest challenge. I think that's currently the biggest challenge for Tesla as a manufacturing and car company in general is their production time, because you can go right now and get a Ford or a GM and you can get it in a day. You can pick it up that same day, or if you do order it, it'll take a couple weeks in most cases, whereas a Model S you can get in about 2 months if you custom order it, and a Model 3 you have to wait 12 to 18 months. So that's going to be their biggest challenge going forward. But if they're able to master that, because they're building facilities to produce batteries and produce cars as well, if they're able to master that by creating enough facilities to match supply and demand, then they're going to be a very successful car company, and their stock value is just testament of that. But that's all I wanted to go over. If you guys have any specific questions about the Model 3, I'll be happy to answer them. You can just put them in the comments below. If you have any questions about my car, again, in specifics, then please put it in the comments below. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe. Thank you for all my current subscribers and my new subscribers. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.